damage might have been done. Hi everyone, my name is Andrew. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. As you can tell, I have a lot of books in front of me right now. Stay with me here. I'm not insane. Only partially, but not fully. So I haven't really been full-blown book shopping in a while. I was just with one of my best friends, Geena, who is a booktuber as well. I'll have her channel link down below. Most of you guys already know her. She plugs me a lot and I love her for that. Every time I'm with her, I usually go crazy buying all these damn books. So this is like the third time that I've seen her and where I buy books. One of the first times you can see the haul on my channel. The second time the haul was on her channel and she vlogged it. But this is just my own individual haul because she was doing her own separate book haul. So I'm like, okay, no problem girl, I can do my own thing. But let me explain why I did so many books. So first of all, yes, I bought over I think it was 20 books, but not all of them are from Barnes & Noble. Some are from Amazon, others are from Book Outlet. Majority of this I think is Barnes & Noble though. But also, Gina, who is the real one, was unhauling some of her books. She's like, Andrew, since you're here, why don't you take a look at my stack? I'm like, girl, say less. I am there 100%. Like, I am sat. Just like this, with my Twilight shirt on. I don't know if you saw that. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna haul every single thing. Book Outlet took like a month to get here. Sometimes Book Outlet orders always take like that, especially if you buy a lot at a time. I'm happy that they're here regardless. I have not opened any of the packages that I got. One package was from yesterday. Book Outlet was 2 days ago technically, but I wasn't in town. Another Amazon package got here today, just in time, like right before I started filming. So, and then I also went to Barnes & Noble again today because I'm freaking insane. Yesterday in the morning, I was still at Gina's house. I was going through my emails as one does because that's my social media of choice, my emails, like a nerd. I was going through it and then I saw that Barnes & Noble was having triple stamp day for premium members, and I'm a premium member. So I'm like dude, I get this email after I spent over $100 at your store. Bruh. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in today and get my stamps. And I did. I got 14 stamps, so I have another $5 back. I call that smart shopping. I don't care if I spend $50 on it. Okay, I care a little bit. So these are the 3 books that I bought today at Barnes & Noble. So the first one is Ring by Koji Suzuki. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not too sure. But this is the horror movie that inspired, no, this is the horror novel that inspired the Ring movies. I'm really excited for that. I didn't even know it was a book, but I saw this as I was browsing today. I think I've only seen the US version of the movie. I've never seen the Japanese versions. So I'm excited to read this book and see what it's like. Like, I don't really read horror. I'm more of a romance fantasy type of guy. I'm really excited for this one. I can't wait to see what it's like. The next one I have is Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is the paperback version with the lovely, lovely thing right there. I don't know what that's called. Spine? Yes, there it is. So yeah, I've been wanting to read this one for a while, but I do not like hardcovers. I would rather have this paperback, and this is a lovely floppy one. I really love Emily Henry's writing. I love Beach Read. I think that's my favorite by her. I mean, I've only read 2 books by her, mind you. The last one I read was, what was it? Happy Place. And I did enjoy it, but I don't think I really loved it or was like the target audience for that one. It's still a good book though. But I am excited for this one. This is more like romantic comedy style. So I am ready for it. I'm ready for this one. This one's gonna be a blast. I just know it because it's Emily Henry and she writes amazingly, and I read whatever that woman writes. I have the rest of her books. I just haven't read them yet. The last one I got today was Dragonfall by L.R. Lamb. This is a Dragon fantasy romance type of vibe. Have not heard much of it, but I just saw dragons and I'm like, yeah, you're coming home with me. And that cover is freaking gorgeous. I love it so much. Yeah, I am excited for this one. I can't wait to see how it goes. So that's all for today. So let me crumple up this bag. Put that to the side because I will recycle that later. And these are the books at Barnes & Noble that I bought this past week with my friend Gina. So I'm just gonna be pulling from the bag because, did I show you the bag? This bag is freaking huge. And it's freaking heavy. Oh, okay. I saw this cover. I like, because we went to Barnes& and Noble twice this past week. So I told my friend Gina, I had like a bunch of romances in my hand. I'm like, even though I love romance, but I need to look like an intellect. So let me go to the fiction section and see what they got. This book does not scream intellectualism like at all, but it does look very fun. This is called 0 Stars, do not recommend. It's a apocalyptic vacation type of novel. I don't really know what this book is about, like, at all. So I guess it's about this guy named Dan who he usually doesn't do things. He's very much an underachiever. He doesn't really care about that many things. So he's enjoying his drinks, he has his girlfriend, and then he's like, okay, this maybe life isn't too bad. And then all of a sudden the sun freaking explodes. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if this is gonna be like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like some sort of comedy, and then like maybe like few heart-warming moments and whatnot, like trying to survive in this crazy world that they're in now. I will for sure let you guys know how this one is. I'm actually like kind of excited to see what this is like. Okay, so this is called Pick Up by Nora Dahlia. This is her romance. I don't really know too much. All I know is I believe these are two single parents at a school, and that's just called pickup. Like, I think that's how they meet each other for the first time, and it's like the romance between each other. It says, Sasha Rubinstein is not on her game. Parenting with an absent and objectively douchey ex has never been easy, but lately the judgmental side-eye from people at school pickup feels extra. It doesn't help that some entitled dad with his perfect t-shirts and perfectly punchable yet adorable face keeps stealing the last after-school spots and school hoodies out from under her. Ethan Jones is not trying to trip Sasha up at school or otherwise. In fact, ever since they met, which she promptly forgot, he's been hoping for the exact opposite, or at least stop thinking about her. When a game-changing job lands them trapped together on an exclusive private island, they resolve to stop sniping at each other and keep things professional. But with tension building between them, and with the permeating intoxication of island time, temptation blows in on every tropical breeze. Yeah, this sounds very fun. Perfect like summer like romance, like beach read type of vibe. I've never heard of this book or this author before, so I'm kind of excited to see how this works out. This next one is called Love Story by Lindsay Kelk. This is another romance. I'm not sure if it's a comedy or not, but all I know is that it follows this small town school teacher, and she's actually like a writer, but she uses a pen name so no one knows who she is. Sophie Taylor has a secret, and George Walsh thinks he knows it all. He's devilishly handsome, incredibly hot, and far too sure of himself. But Sophie desperately needs his help. She has lost her laptop and her sequel to the sensational, spicy romance novel that everyone's talking about. Yeah, this one should be a quick easy read, and it was blurred by Emily Henry, so I love that for me. But yeah, this one just looks fun. I'm really excited for it. And then I have Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series, and it follows Bo, who was the brother that was in the military, who went MIA, and then they found him, and then he's like all traumatized. And we'll see what happens with this one. I'm not too sure how this one is going to be, but I am excited for it. I love Elsie Silver's writing. I think she writes amazing romances, and I can't wait for this one too. I'm just going to be saying that for every book, but it's true. These are all books I'm excited to read. And then I have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is the first book in the trilogy. I have 2 other R.F. Kuang's books, but I have not read them like at all. I hear she writes amazingly, and I can't wait to see what that's like. I believe this is her first novel, so I am very excited for that. I hear it's gonna be heartbreaking. I am excited for it nonetheless, and just to see what the vibes are. I know it's not a fantasy romance. I'm okay with that. I'm just excited for it. I can't wait to have my heart crushed in a million different ways. So the next book that I got was Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This is her latest release. I hear this one's pretty spicy. I'm currently reading Not in Love by her. Pretty good. Not done with it. I have like 100 pages left. I have pretty much all of Ali Hazelwood's books, and I haven't finished a single one. I'm so sorry. The only one I don't have is Love Theoretically, and the book of novellas, Loath to Love You. I don't know why I keep on buying her books if I never finish it. I am enjoying the writing in Not in Love. I did get like halfway through the love hypothesis, but I DNF'd it only because that's when my mental health went bye-bye. So I do want to continue it. I was enjoying the writing style. So this one is The Last Raven by Helen Glynn Jones. I Did not hear about this book at all until I saw it on the table. Was it on the table? No, it was on a bookshelf. This is a fantasy romance book. I don't know anything about this book. I just saw the cover and I was like, oh, that looks pretty interesting. We'll see how this goes. I legit do not know anything about it. But this is a short and sweet fantasy romance. I don't know if it's part of a series at all, but I'm excited for it just to see what it's like. Oh, there's a playlist. Let's see how this one goes. I really like the cover in that one. The next one I have is The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Danan. This is the sequel to The Roommate by the same book. Same author. I really like that first book, so I'm excited to see what this one's about. I know this follows Naomi, and she was in the first book, and I already know this one's gonna be spicy because the first one is a very adult type of book, so I believe this one is too. But I'm excited for it nonetheless, and I think it's gonna be a fun time. The next one I have is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, I believe is how you say her name. This is a romance. I'm not sure if it's a rom-com or not, but it's a romance for sure, involving a woman who is pregnant by surprise. So it's a surprise pregnancy trope and a slow burn friends to lovers romance. So we'll see how this one goes. I have heard a lot of good things about it, so I am excited to read it, but I've never read anything by this author before. But it is blurbed by Abby Jimenez, so I'm gonna trust that woman because I love everything she writes. So I'm excited for this one. I've heard a lot of great things, that this one's like a 5-star for a lot of people, so maybe it will be one for me too. This next one is Pole Position by Rebecca J. Caffrey. This is an F1 romance. I never read an F1 romance before. I don't know anything about F1 racing, but we'll see how this one goes. I am excited for this one. It looked really interesting when I saw the cover. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Okay, this next one is Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce. This is a sequel to Dungeons and Drama, but I think it follows another couple, if I'm not mistaken. I am excited for it. I really like the first one, so I am excited to see how this couple is going to be. It's another short and sweet YA romance, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to read this one quickly. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed Dungeons and Drama, so I think this one's just going to be a blast, and I really do like the covers on these books. I think that's so cute. The next one I have is I Kiss Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. This is a YA romance, I believe. I am excited for this one. The plot of it does kind of give Paper Towns in a way by John Green. I kind of dig it, so. And the last one in this bag, I still have more books, but the last one in this bag is Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. I was looking for it out on a limb. They didn't have it. I saw this one. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take it regardless. I am excited to read Hannah Bonham Young. I've heard a lot of great things about her writing, and this is just another short and sweet romance. Oh. My books are falling on top of each other. That's fun. But I am excited to read this one nonetheless. I think it's going to be fun. I've heard a lot of great things about this one. I think, honestly, this author is going to be a new favorite for me. I don't love the covers, to be honest, though, because look at this guy's face. Why he's shaped like that? And this bag here is full of books that my friend gave me. So I didn't spend any money on these at all. That makes me very happy. So this one's A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. I've heard a lot of things about this book. I am excited for it. I think this looks really interesting. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. The next one is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is the sequel to One Dark Window. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. The magic system is so unique and different than anything I've read before. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what this one is going to be all about. The next one is Hex by Emily McIntyre. This is the newest release in the Never After series. And Geena was so kind. She gave me the ARC copy that she had because she already had bought the published one. So I was like, you know what? If you insist, I shall take it off your hands, darling. I got you. I only have the first book, but in the book outlet box, there might be more to the series. So, and by more, I think I legit bought the rest of the series on Book Outlet. The next one I have is My Dark Vanessa. This is a lit fic about this girl who was groomed by her teacher and whatnot. So this is going to be a very deep read. I'm not too sure if I will be able to handle it in certain mental states in my mind. I have heard great things about this book that is beautifully written and very important to read. I won't say I'm excited to read it because why would I want to be excited to put myself through pain? But I am preparing myself to enjoy the book. Not enjoy, but Yeah. The next one I have is Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I think this is the second book in this series, or I'm not too sure. I haven't read the first book, but I will be reading it soon in an upcoming video, maybe, perhaps. The next one I have is Half Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've never read anything by this author before, but this is one of her YA books, I believe. Yeah, it says young adult fiction. This is a fantasy romance type of vibe, so I'm excited to see what it's like. The next one is The Shadows Between Us. This is a fantasy romance as well. I think young adult also. I'm gonna be real, I don't know anything about this book. I just saw it and I was like, yeah, you know what, fantasy romance, let me give it a shot. But I really don't know anything about this one. I think I'm gonna keep it that way, because the cover looks interesting enough. This next one is Priest by Sarah Simone, a romance involving a priest. Yeah, and it's spicy. That's all I know. I am kind of excited to see what this book is about. I can't wait to be entertained and whatnot. So yeah. So this next one is Long Live Evil. This is a fantasy romance, I believe. I don't really know anything about this book either. All I know is that I think the girl wakes up in the book playing her favorite character or whatnot. That sounds like a blast. This next one is Secrets Never Die. This is like a YA thriller type of vibe. I don't think I've heard anything about this book, really. I do like YA thrillers. I think that they're so entertaining and just really quick to get through on a day. So yeah, and usually like YA thrillers do chapters like super short, so I'm pretty sure I can fly through that. This next one is Stalking Jack the Ripper. This is by the same author who wrote the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. I'm not too sure what this book is about either, but this just seems really interesting and right up my alley, kinda. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down, but despite all these terrors, in the end, I could not deny it. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. So that's fun. And the last book that I have in this little bag of mine is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iru, I believe. I believe this is a romance of sorts. In a world ruled by the stars, cruel and merciless gods that watch over the world, Elara has been cursed by fate. A prophecy that promises she will fall for a star and it will kill them both. But when one descends to wreak havoc on Elara's kingdom, she is forced to flee into the arms of her enemy in the neighboring country. As she learns more about her own magic and the depth of the star's deceit, she finds herself also learning more about the country she takes refuge in and the enemy prince forced to train her into a weapon. So this sounds really fun and interesting. And this is the self-published version, so this is a thick chunky one. So that's all of the bags. So let's go through the packages now. I've been recording for 42 minutes already. This is freaking crazy. The one I had in this little package here was Mile High by Liz Tomford. I tried looking for it at the Barnes & Noble, but he didn't have it. I'm assuming because it's a self-published book, it's not really in bookstores that often. But I know she is getting traditionally published this year, so I do want to get these covers before the new ones come out, because I do like these covers. I think it's pretty cool. But if you don't know, this is the first book in the Windy City series of interconnected standalone romances following different couples in each one. So I am excited for this one. I've heard a lot of good things about this series. Not really about this one. I am excited for it nonetheless. So we'll see how this goes. So that's that package. I have The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. This is the first book in the trilogy, I believe. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. This is a YA fantasy romance, I believe. So we'll see what happens in this one. I've heard a lot of good things about this series and this book overall. Other than that, I don't really know what happens in this book, but I'm happy. I'm excited to read it. And same thing with this next one. Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. This is, I believe, this is part of the Crimson Moth duology. The second one just recently came out. Also fantasy romance. I'm excited for it nonetheless. And these next two books are part of my intellectualism type of vibe. The first one is Animal Farm by George Orwell. This is the pocketbook version. So this one only cost me $7 on Amazon. I don't think I've read this one. Maybe I have, but I don't remember reading this in high school. I I remember reading 1984. I am excited for this one to see what it's like. The next one I have is Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. I've never read a single book by him, but I do want to read it and see what the vibe is. So that's that box done. Next I have this book out their box, but I don't know how I'm gonna open it. The box is open. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't remember a lot of what I ordered, which is not good for my wallet at all. Either way, we move on. So the first book that I have is Sweeten the Deal by Katie Shepard. This is a reverse Pretty Roman rom-com, and the corners are a little bent, but it's okay. I mean, I got it from Book Outlet. What do I expect? I am excited for this one. This next one is The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. I believe this is a fantasy romance. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Then I have The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. This is the second book in the Off-Campus series. I know I did say that I wasn't really gonna continue this series, but after reading Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy, I'm like, okay, let me give her another shot before I call it off completely, you know? So I bought this one for that reason. We'll see how that goes, if I like the series still or if I don't at all. We shall see what happens. And here are the other 4 books in the Never After series. We have Scar, Wretched, Twisted, and Crossed. I hope I like these books because I bought the rest of the series because right now, yo, this stack's getting a little too tall. That's dangerous. That's dangerous for me. And then I have The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the 3rd book in the Dreamland Billionaires trilogy. I really like the first one. I haven't read the second one yet, but I did not like Love Redesign that much, so I'm a little nervous between the other 2 books, but I think because I like the fine print a lot, I think I'm gonna like the rest of the series fine, but we shall see. And then I have Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. This is kind of, I want to say like a spooky rom-com, so I think this is a perfect like fall book, so I'll probably save this for fall time. My stack is wobbling a little. Then I have The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. I haven't read a Frida McFadden book in a while. That's the main reason why I bought it, even though I have 2 on standby already. I do like Frida McFadden's books. I think they're just really quick and easy to get through. So then I have another Elle Kennedy book. This is Girl Abroad. I don't really know anything about this one, to be honest. All I know is it's another Elle Kennedy book, but we shall see. Hopefully I enjoy it. I mean, the cover's really nice, so I love that. My books are in frame now. I just realized that. Okay, so this is the last book that I have that I got. The last book in this haul, and it's Assistant to the Villain. I am excited for this one. I heard a lot of good things. This is a fantasy romance, I believe. Like a silly, fun type of vibe. So I am excited for this one. And we'll see how this one goes. I really like this cover though. The frog in the corner. Help me. I love that. Guys, that's all the books. I can't believe I did this to my wallet, but it had to be done. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you're new to the channel. Obviously, if you made it this far, you did enjoy this video, so you might as well subscribe and stay around. Leave me a comment down below if you read any of these books, and if you have, what were your thoughts on them? I don't even know where I'm gonna put all these books at, to be honest. We shall see. That's it for me, you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!